Our planet is teeming with life, yet beneath the surface of our natural world, a new threat is emerging. This threat is not from predators or natural disasters, but from our own creations, electronic waste or e-waste. Every day, discarded phones, computers, and appliances pile up, creating a global crisis. E-waste encompasses a vast array of discarded electronic devices. These range from large household appliances like refrigerators and washing machines to smaller gadgets like smartphones and laptops. Even seemingly harmless items like batteries and chargers contribute to the ever-growing mountains of e-waste. The rapid advancement of technology fuels this crisis. New models of electronics are constantly released, enticing consumers to upgrade their devices frequently. This insatiable appetite for the latest technology leaves behind a trail of obsolete electronics. These discarded electronics are not merely inert materials. They contain a cocktail of hazardous substances. Lead, mercury, and cadmium are just a few of the toxic ingredients lurking within these discarded devices. These hazardous materials can leach into the soil and water, poisoning the environment and harming human health. The toxic ingredients found in e-waste pose a severe threat to both human health and the environment. Lead, a potent neurotoxin, can cause developmental problems in children and cardiovascular issues in adults. Mercury, another harmful heavy metal, can accumulate in the food chain, ultimately reaching humans through fish consumption. These hazardous materials don't simply disappear when e-waste is discarded. Improper disposal methods, such as dumping in landfills or incinerating, release these toxins into the environment. Rain can wash these toxins into rivers and lakes, contaminating water sources and harming aquatic life. The global nature of the e-waste crisis further complicates matters. Developed countries often export their e-waste to developing nations, where regulations and disposal methods are often inadequate. This practice not only shifts the burden of e-waste to countries ill-equipped to handle it, but also perpetuates a cycle of environmental injustice. The consequences of improper e-waste disposal are most acutely felt by communities living near e-waste processing sites. These communities, often located in developing countries, bear the brunt of the health risks associated with e-waste exposure. Children are particularly vulnerable to the effects of e-waste toxins, as their developing bodies are more susceptible to harm. Respiratory problems, skin diseases, and birth defects are just some of the health issues linked to e-waste exposure. Workers involved in informal e-waste recycling, often without proper safety equipment or training, face even greater risks. Exposure to toxic fumes and handling hazardous materials without protection can lead to severe health problems, even death. Section 4. E-waste havens, a crisis for developing nations. While e-waste is generated globally, developing countries have become the dumping ground for much of the world's discarded electronics. The lack of strict regulations and the allure of cheap labor create a perverse incentive for developed nations to export their e-waste problem. This influx of e-waste overwhelms the limited resources and infrastructure of these developing nations. The result is often uncontrolled dumping and burning of e-waste, releasing a toxic cocktail of pollutants into the air, water, and soil. This environmental degradation further exacerbates the poverty and health challenges faced by these communities. Section 5. Turning the tide solutions for the e-waste crisis. Addressing the e-waste crisis requires a multifaceted approach involving governments, corporations, and individuals. Stricter regulations on e-waste export and disposal are crucial to prevent the dumping of hazardous materials in developing countries. Extended producer responsibility programs, where manufacturers are held accountable for the life cycle of their products, can incentivize the design of more durable and recyclable electronics. Investing in sustainable e-waste recycling infrastructure, particularly in developing countries, is essential to ensure the safe and responsible handling of discarded electronics. This includes promoting the development of technologies and processes that allow for the recovery of valuable materials from e-waste, creating economic opportunities while reducing the environmental impact. Section 6. Our shared responsibility, a call to action. While governments and corporations bear a significant responsibility in tackling the e-waste crisis, individuals also have a crucial role to play. As consumers, we drive the demand for new electronics. By making conscious choices about our consumption habits, we can reduce the amount of e-waste we generate. Extending the lifespan of our electronics through repair and responsible use is a powerful first step. When it's time to upgrade, choosing environmentally responsible brands and ensuring the proper recycling of our old devices is essential. Educating ourselves and others about the e-waste crisis can empower us to make informed decisions and advocate for change. The Earth's resources are finite. The choices we make today will determine the health of our planet for generations to come. Let us choose to be part of the solution, not the problem. Let us choose to protect the only home we know.